Welcome back to Husson University. My name is Will Kavanaugh, and I'm with Alex Mooney, two unretirees back here at the Husson broadcast. Alex, how you feeling?
Pretty good. Excited to see the Husson's team back in action as well as Thomas. Long-standing rivalry on the latter side of a decade. And speaking of Husson, you look at them over the latter side of the decade, they can easily fill one handful of rings.
It's kind of crazy. We're here at Husson, but Thomas is the home team for this game. So Husson will be leading it off. Cameron King, who has been hot all year and is in the top 10 in the country in steals. So if she gets on base, look out. First pitch by Abby Boyce for Thomas is low for ball one. That is in there for strike one on Cameron King, who, when is on base, usually scores.
You can tell she wanted to pull the trigger on that one, but not quite in her comfort zone.
Wind up in the pitch, and a bunt attempt is there, but foul tip into the mitt for strike two. Boyce, a senior pitcher from Bar Harbor, Maine. And that is just inside. Great look there by Cameron King for ball two to even it up.
Smart field, keeping composure. It's never fun when you're down the count. We're going to have to try and get on.
Wind up in the payoff pitch. And that is ball four. Cameron King gets on for an early base runner for Husson. Exactly what they wanted to start off the game.
And just what she was looking for. And you can see this Thomas defense already kind of looking around and trying to set up to try and watch out for that steal.
And she is running already. Head first, no throw. Add to the tally this year for Cameron King on those base paths.
Exactly what Husson was looking. It's a reason why she's that leadoff hitter.
Sophia Lynch, a freshman, has had a heck of a freshman season. Kind of a utility player, can catch too. Hitting almost 380 this year. And she drops down a perfectly placed bunt to move over Cameron King, who's already in scoring position.
If you're the Eagles, you want to start off hot. You know, have King right on that third base.
And now the catcher, Morgan Tanner, who a career .335 hitter, has just had a great senior season this year. We know Cameron King will be running on anything that's on the ground. Outfield back already.
Don't be surprised if it's a pass ball if King's going to contest this.
Here's the windup by Boyce. And Tanner sees a strike go by.
If you're Husson, you can afford a fly out right now.
Absolutely. There's the windup 1-1 pitch. And that is just outside for ball two. Another good look by a Husson batter early. Just off the plate, just barely. Boyce placing in good spots. Husson seeing it go through pretty well. That is strike two.
Show the poise that Husson obtains to being patient, willing to go lengthening in an account.
And that just destroys pitchers' early confidence if you can just fight off and earn bags early. And there's another good look by Tanner for ball three, back to another full count.
Early leads and momentum. Early leads and momentum's what both squads are looking for.
Here's the payoff pitch once again. And Tanner sees ball four. Lydia Rice, who, has been unreal this year. So this is exactly who they wanted to see coming up, with 7 homers on the year. And had a home run yesterday against Farmington.
She can be patient here at the plate, too. Tainter can bait that pitch out to second. That gives King the right away to home.
Absolutely. And shows bunt. Tanner is going. So now they got second and third with one out. Lydia Rice, 2 ducks on the pond early. Boyce battling a little adversity. Let's see what she can do. There's the 0-1 pitch. And just outside, good eye there by Rice.
She's got 27 RBIs for a reason.
Boyce checking her wristband. There's the pitch. A little changeup is low for ball 2. First changeup I think she's thrown.
Gonna have to be able to reach into your bag if you're Husson here.
And that is up to a very favorable count for Husson. Lydia Rice, 3-1 count with 1 out. I'm going to guess she's kind of wants to see perfect to let this one go.
You look at the poise that Husson's been playing with.
I mean, this is what they've done all season long. I mean, 33-4 and 16-0 in the NAC. Now 17-0 if you add the Farmington game yesterday.
Keeping that level head, not rushing to be able to take hits inside or outside of the zone. Making the pitcher pitch to you is what's going to benefit this Husson offense.
Now Jetta Shook from Penobscot, Maine, the freshman, who's had a great freshman season, comes up in a big spot early in this game with the bases loaded with only 1 out. See if Boyce can battle here. Maybe turn something into a double play. Here's the windup. Shook sees a fastball at the chest for strike 1 to even up the count.
Taking that pitch is fine. You got 3 on, you got 1 out. There's a lot of stuff you can put into it right now.
Ooh, and swing and a miss for strike 2.
It's a little too quick on that one. Thomas doing a good job at not making a mistake on having 3 on.
That is ball 2 to even up the count. Boyce has just got to commit to throwing strikes here and trusting her defense.
You can tell she's trying to make Husson chase, but you only can do it for so long in the count.
And that is strike 3. Big strikeout for the Thomas Terriers and Abby Boyce.
Boyce got to feel great on that one. Had a couple that she couldn't get her to chase. Last 2 strikes that she had, making her just a little too quick.
That was an absolutely huge strikeout for Thomas. Ellie Casavan comes up from Cumberland, Rhode Island. Again, in a big spot. Boyce is battling with bases loaded early in this first inning.
Good contact. It's not quite squared up to it.
Here's the windup and the pitch. That it will be ball 1. Anything in play, Husson is running now. So
Boyce really trying to get them to chase. Eagles not chasing.
Just outside for ball 2.
Back-to-back balls. Husson doing a great job and not falling for it. See if they can beat him inside the square.
Boyce checks the wristband again. The windup and the pitch. That is fouled back.
Both times Boyce has thrown it inside. Casavan's been able to make contact, just can't quite keep it in play.
24 RBIs this year. Obviously, she's in the right spot for her team right now. Let's see if she can convert in a big-time spot. Here's the payoff pitch. Just outside, full count.
If you're Husson, this is a great situation for you. 3-2 count. Pitch has to be inside.
Boyce has to be aggressive here, but and hope our defense can make a play. And that is fouled straight back. Look out, cars.
First the hail, now the balls.
Hopefully that hail stays away. It was only for about 3 minutes, but what a battle in this first top half inning here. We'll be switching balls. Boyce probably just taking a little breather. I don't blame her. Had a pretty heavy first inning for her.
Just a second to collect, regain your thoughts, take that breath, try and deliver. If you're Cassavant, you know you're right there. You just need that little extra square up. You got people coming in.
There's the windup. And that is popped up to left. Left fielder tracking foul ball. Husson gets new life. Just a little ahead of it. Cassavant was.
Man, what a battle we've had right here.
This is unreal for the first inning.
Cassavant and Boyce now in the latter part of close to 10 pitches in just this sequence.
Boyce already has hit 30 pitches in this first inning. So Husson is doing what they want, but they got to convert here. And that is hammered deep to left field. Way back. Foul. Warning track.
Cassavant getting closer and closer. Just got to hit it a little later. She's getting a little too ahead on those pitches.
That contact was better than the last two foul balls. That one was tracking that fence. Left fielder's pushed over a little bit. Here's another pitch. And that is low for ball 4. And a run scores. Cameron King comes in and kind of scores again, does what she does. Gets on base and then scores runs.
Not the way she intended, but the job doesn't always have to be pretty.
What a battle there from Boyce and Cassavant. Braylon Wilcox now up. The bases loaded again with 2 outs. That is in there for strike 1.
If you're Addie Boyce, you got to stick to your guns. You got to keep pitching strong. It's never fun to be able to have full on, but
Braylon Wilcox stepping up in a big moment this year. Only 14 at-bats this year. Let's see what she can do. From Herman, Maine, so close by. Getting a little opportunity in the NAC playoffs. Quick down 0-2. Boyce, if she can sneak out of here with just 1 run given up, that'd be huge for Thomas.
Wilcox, despite the lack of exposure on her 2 hits, though, she's got 5 RBIs, so whenever she makes contact, she does make it count.
Down 0-2 to Boyce. Wind up and a big pitch incoming. And that is stabbed back to the Boyce, and that'll be 3 up. So, the Thomas Terriers sneak out of here with 1 run given up. Boyce, almost 40 pitches, but did a really good job to kind of stay composed and keep it 1 run.
If you're Husson, too, you only got 1 run, but you got Boyce at over 30 pitches. Nothing to sneeze at right there.
I mean, I think if you're Husson, you'll kind of take that start. But at the same time, I mean, Thomas Terriers got to be excited to get out of there with only giving up 1 run.
Most certainly, most certainly.
I think the story of the day is Anna Lang, who rolled her ankle pretty good yesterday, is back on the mound for the Eagles, who has had one of the greatest pitching performance years ever at Husson.
Yeah, when you're at this point, I mean, yes, she's still got another year, despite only being a junior, but you're young. When you're an athlete, you are not going to sit out if you don't need to. And the training staff and the coach gives the okay, there's going to be no hold back on them.
Anna Lang has a no-hitter this year with 13 Ks and only 68 pitches she threw in that game against UNE. 133 innings pitched, only 12 earned runs given up in the entire season. So the Thomas Terriers have their work cut out with Brooklyn Federico stepping up to the plate to see what she can do. Definitely going to monitor on Lang's ankle. There's the first pitch for ball 1.
Federico, great hitter. Only 1 home run on the year, but 49 hits for him.
Hitting .333. It's already 2-0. That is a quick 3-0 count for the Terriers. See if Federico can get an early base runner.
Not chasing any of Lang's inside shots.
That is a quick ball 4. And Federico, early base runner, similar to the Husson Eagles in the first inning.
Here Thomas, great start. No outs for Husson. Lisa Lang's only got 4 pitches under 1 batter.
See if they will run and be aggressive early. And there's the bunt attempt. Foul ball.
See Husson defense pretty in tune with what they're expecting. Got the whole infield in.
Looks like we got a little rain shower coming down too. Tanner does a really good job behind the plate. I would be surprised if they run early without a hit and run or a bunt and run.
Well, most people focus on the pitching, but pitching and catching is such a symbiotic relationship.
That is fouled straight back. Watch your heads. 0-2 count for the Terriers. That is popped fly to third base side, and that has made the play by number 23, Morgan Curtis, for 1 out for the Eagles.
And Federico not even attempting to get off that base, knowing that defense is ready to just sling it right over.
Now up Megan Obelholzer, who has 13 doubles this year from the left side of the plate. That is just outside and low for ball 1. Lang calls for timeout. That ball is going to be a little wet.
Lang, too, just having it go on that outside left side for Oberhauser right now on that outside, but these right-hand biters, a lot of these pitches been going inside.
And that is ripped to deep left center. And that is a homer for Megan Oberholzer. That was absolutely ripped to left center field. And the Terriers take an early 2-1 lead.
Here, Thomas, it's got to feel good. You have Husson star pitcher in, being able to take that early 2-1 lead. Momentum, momentum, momentum.
So Anna Lang facing adversity early with a big fly as the Terriers take a 2-1 lead. With Maeve Hickok coming up from Augusta, Maine. She has 2 homers on the year. So a little 3-4 power for the Terriers.
We'll see how she handles this. Usually is facing the dominating side. This time, facing it from behind.
Hickok does go, so strike 1 to even up the count. Anna Lang works quickly. And that is fouled back for strike 2. Both pitchers seeing adversity early. See how they can counter.
Here, Husson, good thing for Lang. Doesn't show any favor on that ankle.
No, so far so good, I think. That just misses for ball 2 to even up the count. And that is strike 3 looking. Anna Lang comes back with a big strikeout to get the second out of the bottom of the first.
That's got to feel good if you're Lang. Giving up a home run, keeping that composure, getting a strikeout next up at.
Kenzie Toner, the catcher, now up with 2 outs. That is upstairs for ball 1. Definitely going to have to go through these softballs pretty quick today if the rain keeps up.
If You're the defense. This advantage is now pouring on you, quite literally.
That is ball 2 from Lang. Still working quickly, and that is in there. Foul tip straight back for strike 1.
Another thing for Husson, too, wind is coming in pretty hard, going from right to left. Something the outfielders have to pay attention to.
A .327 career hitter, so definitely can swing the bat. That is in there for strike 2. See if the Terriers can keep this early success up. Get on base here. And that is strike 3. Anna Lang fights back after giving up the home run. And after the bottom of the half, it is 2-1 Terriers. We will take a quick break. And we're back here at Husson University for the NAC playoffs. Thomas Terriers have a 2-1 lead after a big fly off Anna Lang, who has not given up many home runs this year. So that was a big statement by the Terriers that they are coming out firing.
And the one that she gave up, Oberholzer, that's her 100th RBI.
Abby Boyce back on the mound, facing number 14, Lily Snow.
Hopefully the ump's stocked up for today. Rain was not
sure.
in the forecast.
Lily Snow, another freshman, is getting an opportunity today in a big spot. She has hit 300 this year in 26 games played. Not too many at-bats. That's fouled off back. She is on it.
You watch the pattern that Boyce has. Usually, typically, the first one, she'll try and throw, see if she can get to Husson to chase, and we'll see if she sticks with that despite her high pitch count.
And that is half swung foul for strike 2.
It's no good contact, just a little late on that one.
The rain already seems to have passed. It's a good sign for the pitchers. And that is hit high down the right field line. Foul ball.
Snow can just get that 2/10 of a second quicker. Ball will end up being into fair play.
Lily Snow does pitch. We could see maybe that in the future. She hasn't pitched yet this year, but according to her roster, she does. So curious to see if that happens later in her career. She's showing bunt in a 1-2 count and pulls it back for ball 2.
Interesting tactic, and it's your Boyce. Understand it's part of the game. Trying to be able to get that tip of the bat for a foul.
Boyce with the windup in the 2-2 pitch. And that is ripped foul. Very hard hit to stay alive, Lily Snow.
Snow Sno's been doing great contact, either early or late. Got to find that little sweet spot.
Showing bunt again. Another payoff pitch. And that is just low below the knees for ball 3 to full the count. Husson really doing a good job at the plate right now.
Both sides going to have to play aggressive.
And that is ripped. And that will be get down for a base hit. Great start to the inning for the Eagles.
2 innings. Got a runner on first both times for the Eagles, just how you want it.
Morgan Curtis, the third baseman, coming up to hit. Also with 10 stolen bases this year. And a big spot from New Gloucester, Maine. The runner on, no outs. Wind up, and the bunt is down, back towards Boyce. Boyce trying to make the play, does make the play at first to get 1 out.
Husson, yes, you get 1 out, but you got a runner in scoring position.
Good play there by Boyce to field her own position and at least make 1 out there. Snow does get all the way to second, so now we have a runner in scoring position at the top of the order. Cameron King, who, again, is hitting .445 this year with 48 stolen bases.
Boyce switching it up a little bit. This time pitching inside the zone, not going towards the in or outside.
That is low. Snow will stay at second. Good block there.
Seemed like Snow as well as the Thomas defense. All a little surprised on that drop.
Wind up in the 1-1 pitch. And that is strike 2 on the outside corner. Good frame there.
Boyce painting that outside. Seen her been working at it. This time it pays off for her.
And that one's outside. Mackenzie Toner, who's behind the plate for Thomas, has done a really good job at framing some of these pitches that have been close. And that is ripped to right center. And that is a good play by the right fielder to get caught. Cameron Lily Snow does get the third on the tag up, but a good play by the right fielder.
It looked like Morris bobbled it on that catch, on that throw in, and I gave Snow the right away, just hit third.
Freshman Sophie Lynch back up again for the second time. See if she can get back on base, maybe knock Snow home with 2 outs. That is in there for strike 1. Boyce battling once again.
Good snag by Averis too. Instead of having 1 out with 2 on, you just need 1 more.
Jets outside to even up the count at 1-1. Deep breath here by the hitter and the pitcher. Another big spot. Some important pitches coming up. Both innings. That is fouled back for strike 2.
Thomas having 2 out of the 3 seniors behind the plate and on the mound. Kind of being that pinnacle of command here.
Boyce with a big 1-2 pitch here. Let's wind up in the pitch. That is ripped to the shortstop. Shortstop makes the play. Number 10, Brooklyn Frederico. 6-1 makes the play. 6-3.
Contact from Lynch just unable to keep it out of the grass. Husson's been making contact, just can't find a way to take the lead.
A runner left on third base will hurt, but I think they're happy with the base runners early. And the pitch count for Boyce, I mean, it's high already, so it's a good sign.
You look at Lang, not used to being down in terms of the runnings and the runs, but I'm sure this inning she'll come out with some heat behind those pitches.
Absolutely. Jenny Witten about to take the box. Hitting .355 on the year. She's from Enfield, Maine. Another Maine product. Facing Lang, who's already working fast. That is swung on a miss, strike one.
Big name, small town.
I don't know if there's many pitchers that work as fast as Lang does. When she gets in that rhythm, it's kind of the consistency she's had the last 2 seasons. Partly because they can't even catch up to her.
Very methodical. Doesn't waste time. Wants to be in and out.
Absolutely. Quick 0-2. That is fouled straight back. Good fight here by Witten. She's going down 0-2.
Lang this outing really challenging the Thomas hitters. Pitching it right down the middle, but putting a lot of speed behind that.
Mostly fastballs for sure. There was a little change up, but high.
No chase right there from Witten.
And that is up 2 as well. The fastball misses to even up the count. Witten with a good fight here after going down 0-2 early.
Lang trying to force Witten to chase.
And that is a good pitch on the outside corner for strike 3, looking on Lang with another.
Lang starting off strong. She's in her head. Just get 3 in, 3 out.
Charlie Jarvis, who just made a very good play in right field, now taking her talents to the plate, see what she can do. Morgan Curtis very up from third base, looking for the lefty bunt. Anna Lang says no can do. Quick 0-2 count.
See if she makes her chase upstairs.
And you called it. It was up, but she did not chase. It's a bit of a waste pitch.
2 quick ones in the middle, 1 up high.
And that is strike 3. Anna Lang seems to have found her confidence.
If you're Thomas, this is exactly what you don't want to see, is Lang getting into that groove. Once she's in it, she doesn't really like leaving that flow state.
Abby Ferrone, the grad student, hitting her career. She has 12 doubles, 11 stolen bases, 28 RBIs. And that is strike 1. 1-1 count here with 2 outs.
Only grad student on the thing, and we'll see if Lang does it again or if she just wants to meet him in the middle.
And that is down the middle at the knees for strike 2. Anna Lang trying to get out of here quick. Limit her pitch count after an interesting first inning. That is fouled off. Good fight there. Payoff pitch. That is strike 3. Anna Lang gives a little head nod. Starting to feel it a little bit.
You can tell she's starting to, she's sticking to what she's used to. Having those 2 strikes, 1 up. And it's been paying off for her. 1, 2, 3.
And we will be right back here at Husson University as we go to the top of the third. Morgan Tanner leading it off against Boyce in the top of the third. Tanner second time up. Lined up at the pitch by Boyce, and a swing on and miss by Tanner.
Boyce starting to stick more towards the inside, not trying to paint that outside picture as much.
And a little change up, just misses for ball one. Little change of speed there by Boyce. That is just below the knees for ball two. Good look by the catcher.
Senior from Connecticut, showing a lot of patience right at the plate.
Tanner been in these spots before. And that is upstairs for 3-1. She is now definitely in a hitter's count. It's got to be perfect is my guess.
So trying for the third straight inning to get that leadoff batter on.
There's this big pitch here. That is fouled to even up the count, to full the count. Pardon, 3-2. Almost took our coach out, Rick Roberts. He was 36-0 in NAC games in his career. Boyce against the third three-hitter. Full count here. Wind up in the pitch. That is ripped foul down the left side. Good piece there by Tanner, though.
Boyce has been gambling a little bit, throwing these pitches a little lower. Putting a lot of confidence in her outfield.
Got to stay high. Husson has not seen the high fastball as well as the low one, like you said. And that is hit, popped up straight towards the shortstop. And that is dropped by number 4, Maddie Morris. So Morgan Tanner will take that. Even on an error, we'll take it and get on base. Now with your cleanup hitter up, hopefully somebody else can make a play for Boyce.
Probably not with Tanner anticipate her getting the first, but I'm sure no complaints are there for her.
Boyce through 2 and no thirds. Is already at 61 pitches. Something to look at. Lydia Rice, who has been unreal this year in her senior season, had a great career at Husson. Really turned into a superstar this year. Her and Tanner, a 3-4 punch. And that is outside for ball 2. Tanner has not even looked to run yet. Coach Roberts doesn't want to take the bat out of Lydia Rice's hand with somebody on base.
Boyce has really been trying to get Husson to chase outside, and it has not worked in her favor.
And that is popped up to the first base side, and that play is made by the first baseman, number 30, Megan Oberholzer, helping her pitcher out.
The first baseman, number 10, Jenna Shook.
I know Rice probably not happy about that one, but it's okay. Jenna Shook is now up. The base runner on, only one out.
Shook's only a freshman, but pretty seasoned after this first year.
Boyce battling once again. High pitch count, but has not given up yet. She has done a good job to stick with it.
Boyce doesn't like the feel of that one. Says, give me a new one. I want to restart.
Again, Tanner has not looked to steal yet. She has 6 stolen bases on the year. So not afraid to go. But I think Coach Roberts being down 1 run doesn't really want to give an out away right now. He doesn't have to. It's early.
Thomas going to do everything they can to cling on to this lead.
And Shook pops that one up just behind the shortstop. Tough play here, and she makes that one. Great play there by the shortstop, Maddie Morris, after a tough start to the inning for her. She just made up for it with a great play.
Back to the plate. Sometimes it's the hard catches that are the easier ones.
That could have been trouble. A little blooper reel there. A good play by the shortstop. Now to save Boyce. Now 2 outs. Cassavant, who had a great at-bat in the first inning. See what she can do.
Boy's still going for that outside spot.
That is swung on and missed. There's that changeup. She hasn't thrown many. Getting the Husson hitters a little ahead.
Thomas, despite having Boyce in for a long period of time, they're going to milk this as long as they can.
Wind up in the pitch. Another changeup. Not really picking up the speed right now. Let's see if she can adapt. Boyce with a few good pitches in a row. Big pitch here, 1-2, 2 outs. After an early base runner. And brings the fastball just outside, just missed.
Saw that changeup threw Cassavant off as well. Almost looked like she was holding back from the original power.
And that is fouled straight back at us. Good fight here. Wind up in the payoff pitch. That is inside for ball 3. Just misses the foot of Cassavant. I mean, Boyce has not made it easy on herself. I can't lie, the Eagles hitters have done a really good job at making these lengthy at-bats.
Eagles really haven't been playing into the game, only been swinging at the ones inside.
And that is fouled off again. Another great fight by an Eagles hitter. Boyce battling again. Done a really good job staying composed.
If you're Thomas, you got to think in the back of your mind, you probably have one more inning if you're lucky after this with Boyce.
That is outside. A great at-bat. Cassavant, 2 at-bats in a row with great at-bats to get on base.
Designated player number 21, Braylon Wilcox.
The DH, Braylon Wilcox, now up again from Herman, Maine. Getting a chance to hit.
Craig said she didn't get the notoriety because Shelly took all the shots, scored all the points. She did everything.
Wilcox has one in an advantageous position. All she needs is either a little blooper or a slice down the line, and can bring in Eagles to get into a tie game.
Coach Roberts going to make sure his team knows they're running right on contact. That's fouled off on the roof.
So everyone a chance to reset here, Boyce and Wilcox.
Take a deep breath. Boyce doing as well as she can right now, throwing strikes. And that is ripped hard down the right field line. Right fielder's on and foul ball.
Great contact, nice and square, just a little late.
New life as the right fielder couldn't track it all the way down. But she's playing kind of into right center-ish. It would have been a long run, a really, really tough play. 1-2 pitch by Boyce, 2 outs. And a little change-up, ground to the shortstop. Morris makes the play after a tough start for Morris to start the inning. makes 2 really solid plays to get out of it.
Good stretch right there by Oberholzer on first, too. Leaving 2 runners on Husson, but if you're Thomas, this is the exactly type of ball game you want to play into.
Boyce really battled this past 3 innings already. I mean, done such a good job and only giving up 1 run. I mean, these Husson Eagles hitters are really doing a good job making the counts long.
And defensively for Husson, it's really been, aside from that home run, pretty clinical from Lang. In and out, in and out.
Anna Lang took 2 warm-up pitches and right back at it.
She's not one to waste time.
Leading off the Terriers to the bottom of the 3rd, the left fielder, number 1, Leah Knight.
The left fielder, Leah Knight from Winslow, senior. Had a very solid career. 260 hitter, 29 RBIs. Lang with an early strike, getting ahead. She gets ahead, it's almost impossible to fight back. It's ball 1. The bunt was shown by Knight. No can do. Morgan Curtis playing so high. And the bunt is down to the first base side. Tough play. Anna Lang fields her own position and makes the play. The second baseman, number 11, Sophia Lynch, comes over, makes the play.
Good heads-up play right there from Lang, too. Having one ball go by 1, able to pick it up, get a quick out.
It was a great play as it kind of snuck by the first baseman. Lang fields her own position. Great to see that. And like we said, she's right back at it again. And that has hit the batter just on the inside corner, but it does sneak on the elbow. Number 10, Brooklyn Federico, will be on base for an early base runner for Thomas.
Lang has a lot of speed, and Federico's finding that out as she's trying to rub that off on that elbow on first.
Coach Port is definitely happy with another base runner early with only 1 out. Blue at first base says she did not go, so that'll be ball 1. Sun's trying to come out here. That one's up and swung at, strike 1. Maddie Morris, who, like I said, made 2 really good plays after an error in the back half of that inning. Did a great job coming back and flushing that mistake.
Slightly different approach at this at-bat with Lang. Usually she's just throwing 2 heaters back-to-back right down the middle, and this time she's almost trying to get her to chase.
And that is low. Good block by Tanner. Keeps Federico back at first. That was the really first tough one Tanner had to make, and she did it. Anna Lang down. 3-1 count here. And that'll be in there to full the count at 3-2.
If you're Lang, this is a statement pitch right here. Able to get 1 out, and you got 2 gone. You just need 1 left.
And that is hit way hard to deep left center field. Way back, hits the fence. Federico rounding third on the way to home, and that is a double for Morris. In deep left field, just almost hit the yellow of the fence. Came straight down. That's a big double and a big run for the Thomas Terriers.
Like I said, it was a statement pitch, and Morris said this is a statement hit. Upstairs, more of a chop, but just about 6 inches from being past that fence.
Oberholzer, who has had a big game already, is now up, and Coach Roberts takes a walk out to talk to Anna Lang. In a 3-2 count, you have to be aggressive, and Morris said, I'll take that fastball to deep left. Almost snuck out. I know Coach Roberts got full confidence in her and his number 1 pitcher, but it's a tough spot. See if Anna Lang can face the adversity and fight.
If you're Roberts, no reason to take Lang out so far. I mean, history's proven itself for her, but it's taking that moment. You know, she doesn't like to rest between pitches and between batters. So let's settle in. Let's get back to business.
Oberholzer sees strike one with a runner on second and only one out. Already has a homer in this game. She is looking for that. Left center fastball once again.
See Morris being a little aggressive here. Taking quite a few steps off of every one of pitches.
And that is fouled off. Curtis is in a little bit at third. Can't go too far in case Morris runs. It'll be a tough play for Lydia Rice to cover the bag, but we'll see. Maybe a little hit and run action if they get it to a 2-2, 3-2 count. There's the windup and the pitch. And that is high for strike three. That is a big strikeout by Anna Lang. But she again has to see Hickok now, who has 2 homers this year. So 2 outs, another big spot.
Give Lang credit. After both big hits that she's received, she struck out after next time.
And that is hit to the second baseman. Pretty easy play. And that is 3 outs. Lang gets out of it, only giving up 1 run. And I know is probably frustrated going into the 4th inning.
Here, Husson, you got a lot of firepower underneath you. Just got to trust your guts. Don't change the plan.
Absolutely. They just got to keep fighting. Bring the pitch count up. Terriers, on their side, they're doing what they can do. Boyce is fighting these hard, tough Husson batters. And she's providing outs. Can't lie here.
No, she's doing well. If you're Thomas, your only being concern right here is you get a high pitch count. You only can ride that for so long.
Boyce will take a few warm-up pitches, probably not many. There's the throw down, so number 14, Lee Snow, will lead us off. We're getting to the top 4. There's no time to panic yet, like you said, for the Eagles, but definitely got to get some base runners early to get some confidence back. Down 2 runs.
Just like any other sport, it's all a game of momentum. You get a home run in your favor, I have no doubt whoever gets this next shot will end up bringing a lot of tracks with them.
That'll be inside for ball 1. Husson Faithful getting a little louder. This rocky-ish start. Definitely surprising. Thomas came out firing as they needed to be.
I'm surprised Boyce didn't want a new ball on that one.
I agree, for sure.
You can see off the catcher's mitt when she caught that. A lot of dust pouring out.
And that is in there for strike 2. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Boyce kind of finding a rhythm. It's been hard with these Husson hitters fighting off so many pitches, but
it's not a good cut, just slightly outside.
And that is just below the knees for ball 2 to even up the count.
Not sure if this is part of a game that Snow plays or what, but every time almost looks like she wants to show a bunt.
Even in the 2-2 count.
Yeah.
And the changeup just misses. That changeup's kind of been lethal the last 2 innings.
And you watch, it's almost like an off speed. Every time she's throwing some heat and just dips right before it gets to the plate.
Full count pitch. And that is up. That is a base runner the Eagles needed. Lily Snow with a great at bat. If I was Boyce, I'd be frustrated. She just can't finish off some of these hitters. She's throwing strikes and they're just fighting foul balls. Not swinging at the close ones.
Well, if you're Husson too, this is 4 innings in a row you've had someone lead off on first. They need to convert on these.
That is up for ball 1. Morgan Curtis, number 23, playing third base. Up once again. Wind up in the pitch. And that is popped up back to the pitcher for an easy out. Boys fielding their own position for 1 out. Cameron King The leadoff, already hitting for the third time, is up again with a runner on base.
Carter's just a little too underneath on that pitch.
And Boyce hits King. That is the first one she's really missed, and King will gladly take a walk to first base. Now we got ducks on the pond, first and second, with one out.
Second baseman number 11, Sophie Lynch.
Showing off her strength right there. No flinching or anything.
Nothing.
Throws the bat. Says, let's get to work.
Coach Roberts, I know this is exactly what he needed. Base runners, base runners, base runners. Let's top of the fourth inning with one out. See if Boyce can battle this adversity once again. She has all game. Two base runners that are willing to run as well, so.
Husson once again in scoring position.
That is up for ball two.
Show Boyce shaking out that right arm. She's pretty deep into the pitch count.
That was fouled back to even up the count at 2-2. Boyce on the top of the fourth, already at 92 pitches. I mean, that is unheard of sometimes.
It shows you. Husson's been doing great offensively. They just are not converting.
I mean, the score has to show how impressive Boyce's outing is so far, though. That many pitches and only giving up a run. And that is ripped foul. I mean, she's really doing a good job. The Husson batters are just doing such a good job staying alive every at bat. And that is ripped to center field. Center fielder tracking, and that will get down for a base hit. And everyone's safe. So a little blooper single by number 11, Sophie Lynch, which they needed.
You can see a little misjudgment by Snow. Thought it might be catch, started to run back to second, and Kane saying, no, go, 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 go.
And the Husson crowd is getting into it with bases loaded with the number 3 hitter up. Coach Port does not come out to talk to Boyce, but Boyce checks over to the dugout, asks for direction. Bases loaded. She's battled all game. Let's see what she's got. Morgan Tanner sees strike one.
Here, Tainter, there's a lot you can. It's a lot you can do. You can bunt. You can have a sac fly. Ideally, a home run is what she wants, but
anything to a gap right now. Scores 2, tie the game. That is outside for ball 1.
Another thing not to be surprised of is if she gets walked. Husson's only points so far coming from a walk with loaded bases.
And that is hammered to left field, over the left. That will be at least 2. And that'll be 2 runs in, like we said. The left field, Morgan Tanner says thank you.
If you're Husson, that has to feel good. Momentum is now shifted back into your favor. Tie game, 2 runners in scoring position, and if you're Thomas, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a pitching change right here with how high we are into the count.
Boyce will stick out there with now the cleanup hitter up, Lydia Rice. But Tanner's got to be fired up as the dugout is with a big double off the top of the fence.
She wasted no time at all.
See if Boyce can get out of this inning, only giving up 2 runs. Thea Lynch on third, Tanner on second. Still only 1 out. Boyce trying to continue to battle, at least get out of this inning. And that is hit straight up towards center field. Not the easiest play. Shortstop Morris is on it. And she is tagging and gets back to third. Lynch does, so 2 outs.
Lynch wanted it, but realized that gambling is being a little too greedy sometimes, and sometimes playing it safe ends up paying off.
Jetta Shook up once again. Lydia Rice gave her a few words of wisdom. Boyce, can she battle through this? That is in there for strike 1. And that is hammered to left center field. No, way left. Foul. That almost hit the houses over the road. Just foul. Boyce just dodged a bullet.
And Shook showing that just because she's a freshman doesn't mean she can't put some crank behind it.
Shook down 0-2. And that is fought off hard to the backstop.
A little unsure on that one, but she keeps contact. She's still in it. Your Boyce, you can really try and make her chase. She's already got one heavy hit. She's going to want another one to follow.
And that bounces in. Ball 1, a little waste pitch. Nothing wrong with that. Up 0-2. Coach Poor would be very pleased if they can get out of this inning at a tie game. And that bounces it again for ball 2.
Your Boyce, I understand why you want them to chase, but you got to at least put it near the box.
Guessing the bullpen will be active. Support is over as and that is swung on and missed. A big strikeout for Boyce, who is over 100 pitches, gets out of the inning at a tie ball game.
Yes, and 2 is better than none. Leave 2 runners in scoring position, but
we will be right back at the bottom of the 4th. I'm Will Cavanaugh with Alex Mooney. Great to be back. We'll see you soon. Kenzie Toner leading it off for the Terriers in the bottom of the 4th. After a long inning on a Lang, see if she can get back in her rhythm. That is low for ball 1. Swung on a miss, strike 1. What does Thomas have to do, Alex, to kind of get back some confidence, take the lead once again?
Thomas either got to figure out how to get runners on base and have they need bang for their bucks. What I mean by that is what a catch.
Foul ball, almost a great catch.
If you're Thomas, what I mean for bang for your buck is not a lot of hits, but every one of their hits has counted in. They need to get someone on. They need to bring some home runs. Really find the beginning of their hitting lineup.
We got a quick pause in the action.
It's like a ball from Suni made it over the fence.
Or from the bullpen, one or the other.
And the other thing, which seems like somewhat of an impossible task, but we saw it earlier, is Thomas has got to figure out how to rattle that cage of Lang's.
And that is fouled off again, out of play. That spot's kind of been hot today, just around the bullpen, Husson bullpen.
That's probably one of the longer pitch counts for a batter that Lang's been in. I think we're at 4 or 5 right now.
And that is blooped up to the second baseman for the out. Good play there by Sophia Lynch. Number 8, Jenny Witten, back up. The DH.
Coming in today, too, Thomas seen as the underdogs, but you look at this game, it's been pretty even keel.
And that is a fastball up at the chest for strike one. That is fouled right back at us. Watch out. Strike two.
I think we got this window slightly closed.
That honestly
You're
had
the
a
only
chance.
one that has to worry. I'm nice and protected.
That had a chance coming right for us. And that is ripped hard to the shortstop, Lydia Rice. Makes it look easy for out number 2.
Rice keeping it nice and routine. Thomas has had contact with these two batters, but Husson defense just been paying off.
Anna Lang working fast again. Ball 1. The lefty now up. Number 22, Charlie Jarvis.
You watch a lot of pitchers. They kind of take an enigmatic approach. Try and play a game. Not Lang. Lang just wants to be in and out. She's not afraid to pitch inside the zone.
She definitely is aggressive. And the slap hitter Jarvis says no to that one, and his quick 3-0 count. Renfield gives her a little words of wisdom. And that is ball 4. It's the first quick at bat. It's a base runner, though. The Terriers needed.
Ferone, the graduate student. See if she can provide some leadership for this team.
That is in there, just on the inside corner for strike 1. After a quick 4 balls in a row, Lang comes back firing. And that is swung on, missed, but the ball gets passed. They said foul ball. So dead ball, runner's got to stay.
She has some frustration on that one. Can see a little bit of a breath. A little kick in the dirt. Just got 2 over it.
Down 0-2 Lang with the windup to get out of the inning. And that is fought back foul. See if Lang can keep it at a tie ball game. And that is behind the... That'll be go through as a wild pitch, and the runner moves on.
See Jarvis, too, originally wasn't taking too long of a step respecting Lang's quick decision-making, but once that's passed, she's able to get an easy base.
That is fouled back towards us again. Good fight here by Abby Ferone. Still down 1-2 with 2 outs, but does have a duck on the pond now at second base. That's fouled, same exact spot. Look out.
Ferone making good contact. She's just either getting too high or too underneath it, and got to square up.
And that speed on that last fastball was hot. And that's the same foul ball once again. The Heat, Anna Lang bringing the heat right now. 3 fastballs in a row.
She's keeping it right in the strike zone. Only 1 ball, 2 strikes. She knows either she's going to get a win or she's going to trust her defense to be able to provide.
1-2 once again. And that is popped up. And third baseman makes a great play. Morgan Curtis all the way from third base makes the play in front of home. For a third out.
Well done right there. Long ways to track it. Sun's kind of being hidden. She was able to retire the side.
So we will go in at the top of the 5th. After a great inning from the Eagles, and then Anna Lang giving up no runs and no hits once again to keep it at 3-3.
Here, Husson. Back to a no-scoring inning from the Terriers. If they're going to keep Boyce out there, they got to capitalize on the fatigue that's got to be weighing in.
Cassavant leading us off, who has done such a good job today, making the at-bats long for Boyce. Boyce back out there, over 100 pitches. Let's see how long she lasts.
If you're the Terriers, they don't want to put someone else in.
That is low for ball 1. Cassavant has just been a menace at the plate today, creating long at-bats. That is low for ball 2. Boyce flicking her arm a little bit.
She's started towards the end of that inning, pitching a little low, and she's starting off right where she left.
The bullpen is active for the Terriers, so probably trying to get through at least a batter or two. That is in there for strike 1.
Right on the bullseye, and Cassavant didn't want it.
2-1 pitch from Boyce. And that is ripped. Little blooper. That'll get down for a base hit. I don't even know if you can call that a line drive or not. It's kind of right in between that.
It's a little off. I'd say the blooper. Cassavant thought about taking 2 with how much hang time it had, but you can't be greedy here.
Very tough play for the shortstop and third baseman. Try to make that play. Cassavant on base once again.
Long talk between Roberts and Wilcox, and
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bunt attempt here.
just thinking that.
Try to get Cassavant at least on second. With the top of the order coming up momentarily. And there's the bunt attempt. Back to the pitcher. Boyce, fielding their own position, makes the play at first, but does move over Cassavant. So a little small ball action by Coach Roberts. Definitely was a good play.
That's just 5 innings now in a row where Husson's gotten someone on the first. They've been pretty advantageous in terms of having runners in scoring position.
Lily Snow up once again. Again, a freshman. Another big spot for her. She's been in a big spot almost every time she's been up.
Calm and collected. Calm and collected is exactly what Boyce needs to be doing.
And here's the 1-0 pitch. That is in there on the outside corner for strike 1. Amazement of the crowd.
Little rumbles here and there, but
It was looked like a strike to me. I don't know about you. That's why I don't ump. That is low for ball 2. I'd rather be coaching than umpiring.
yeah, at least when you're on a side, you got half the fans rooting for one and half against you. But if you're the ump, you have both sides against you.
And there's that changeup that has really been pretty solid today when she's brought it out to get it to a 2-2 count.
Change in speed has gotten Husson in. I'm really surprised Boyce hasn't tried a few other times, but you got to be careful with some of these sluggers that Husson has.
Well, she definitely has not pulled out too many times, but when she has, it's definitely been successful. There's the 2-2 showing bunt. Pulls it back. And that is just missed below the knees for ball 3. Another good at bat for Lily Snow.
full counts and full counts and full counts is what Addy Boyce has been holding on to today.
Boyce up to 117 pitches. That'll be ball 4.
The third baseman, number 23, Morgan Curtis.
If you're Thomas, depending how Curtis's out bat goes, this might be a change of scenery, and it looks like it might be.
Up to 118 pitches. I think Boyce should get a nice round of applause from the Thomas faithful. Pretty good outing. Really battled. Threw a lot of pitches. I think she did her job.
She's fought hard. Nothing on her. She did her best, and she's put a lot of strong effort into it. Just when you're over 100 pitches, I don't care what level you're at, you're starting to get into dangerous territory in terms of scoring and also in terms of injury.
So the lefty coming into pitch, number 12, Brooke Smith from Baileyville, Maine. Started 12 games this year.
Now in the circle for the Terriers.
Smith, a sophomore, so she's already had that year of exposure, gone through this off seasons as well, and we'll see how she goes against this. She has only 1 runner in scoring position, but 2 on. I don't know too much about Smith, but if there's one word of advice I'd give, is composure.
Smith, who actually, according to the stats, hasn't pitched much this year. He started in the outfield a few times. But a lefty, I mean, that's definitely a different look. Definitely a different look for the Eagles.
Curious to see if there's any major shifts in the defense in terms of the outfield for Thomas.
That looked like a little slider right there in a warm-up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
A little movement on that. Lefty coming from the left side. So Morgan Curtis, who's had a very solid game on both sides of the ball. See what she can do with 1 out and 2 runners on. Brooke Smith from the left side. Here's the windup. And that is bunt by Morgan Curtis back to Smith. And she makes the play to first. And that is thrown away by the second baseman. And the Eagles will score on a bad throw by the second baseman.
And if you're Thomas, you cannot waste time on those critical plays like that. You had the man just slightly off of third. What could have turned to 2 people being on base with a tie game. Now Husson's walking away with a run.
Top of the order, the center fielder, number 20, Cameron King.
Cassavant kind of battled all day like the Avengers. Says, I'm Groot at the base. There's the slider in there for strike 1. The leadoff hitter, Cameron King.
King just letting that one flow right by. Not a lot of speed behind that.
If anyone didn't get that reference, it's a Marvel reference. I think
You made me laugh.
I think I got Alex. I know other people are gonna be like, "Who's Groot?"
He's a tree. It's fitting for Maine. We got a lot of trees.
And that is grounded to shortstop. Morris makes a play. Good stretch there by Oberholzer to get the out. But Husson, on an error and 1 hit, comes out with a run to take the lead going to the bottom of the 5th. We will be right back as Lang goes to warm up once again. We were back here in the bottom of the 5th. Monaling back in the circle, facing number 1, Leah Knight. As the Eagles took the lead, what do the Terriers have to do, Alex?
Obvious answer is they need to score.
Fair enough.
The defensive tactic would be laying high in the pitch count.
He's in there for strike 2, so we're going to miss by Knight. Base runners is what they need to start. Long at bats, like you said, to get the pitch count, keep going up. And that is a 2-strike bunt back to the pitcher. And that is 1 out for the Eagles. A 2-strike bunt was very impressive, though.
You don't see that often. Knight clearly has some wheels underneath her, but if you're Thomas, you just need it simple. You need easy things. Getting little hits into the gap, that's all right. Little liners into the gap, that's fine. They don't need home runs. They need multiple singles.
Curtis up on the third baseline once again, looking to avoid that bunt. Number 10, Federico, the leadoff hitter, back up once again. And that is in there for strike 2. Lang wasn't in the dugout too long, so she kind of stay in that groove.
She's clinical.
She wants to start that windup before the batter's even in the box again. And that is strike 3 again. Anna Lang is in that flow state.
And if you watch Thomas, they're almost coin flipping. They're hoping they can have a heavy hit. They're swinging for the fences. You don't need to do that. Yes, she has a fastball, but you don't have to bank on sending it out.
And high cheese, Maddie Morris swings and misses. Strike 1. And that is strike 2. I mean, this is like sicko mode right now. Anna Lang is in.
The Scout Vegas native chasing 2 up top.
And that is fouled back to that same spot. Right towards the Husson bullpen. Good fight here by Maddie Morris. Like you said, from Skowhegan, Maine. Great baseball and softball products out of there. They used to always kill us, the baseball team. And that is strike 3. Anna Lang strikes out the side, gives a little head nod. Let's see if the Eagles can get the bats going once again.
She's got her lead. She's showing that she's willing to keep it.
We will be right back here at Husson University as Brooke Smith takes the mound once again. We are back. Second baseman Sophia Lynch back up against the lefty first time. And a big windup. And she kind of throws that slider back towards the middle. Maybe a 2-seam. I can't really tell what the pitch is, but it definitely has some movement on it from the left side for strike 1. And that is up for ball 1. You never know. With like so many games in a row, you're going to have to look deep into your bench sometimes for pitching.
And you can tell Thomas was really banking on that. Boyce is going to be able to go the whole game, but you're going to have to put faith in the rest of your team.
That's fouled towards the first base side. And can't tell. She just couldn't make the play. I think it hit the top of the dugout. Megan Oberholzer almost made a good play. Good effort, though. I think I couldn't tell if it maybe hit skimmed the top of the dugout on the way down.
It looked like when, almost like in basketball when it hits just the front of the rim and kind of shoots back at you. It gives you more of a reactionary response.
Tough rebound. That is just up. That kind of looked like a change up. Definitely a different look from the left side the Eagles are going to have to adapt to. 2-2 count with no outs. And that is kind of blooped towards center. Tough play for the center fielder. And that'll get down for base hit. She's actually going 2 and slides into second. What a run there by Sophia Lynch. That's very good heads-up base running. Coach Roberts applauded that one.
Smart play. Right when she was rounding, Roberts said, we're going to go. We're going to hit it. There's more than enough time, and great effort right there from Lynch.
Tanner up again, who had the big double to left field. Almost got over the fence. Now up with a runner in scoring position. Wonder if they'll pitch to her. That is just above the head. A couple loud whoas from the crowd.
This has been a game of momentum. Terriers had it early, kept it for a little bit, and the Eagles right now have it, and they're trying to keep it rolling.
And that is a little slider, it looked like, off the outside corner. Didn't really see a lot of curve or sliders from Boyce, so this is definitely a different look. It's 1-1 wind up. And not a bad frame, but it will be a ball. Like I mentioned a few innings ago, Turner does a really good job with the frames.
Eagles baseball as a whole has been pretty prolific in terms of not chasing.
Again, just misses on the outside corner. 3-1 now really hitters count for Tanner.
For the Terriers defensively, we've had 2 innings in a row, 3 runs. You need to try and walk away with no runs in this inning.
Only 5 hits given up, but two errors can come back to haunt you. And this count gets the full to the 3-hitter. And that is fouled back at the full count. Tanner fights off the outside fastball.
She's had some good power behind her swings, just needs to keep it on the inside.
Big payoff pitch here. Smith with a big windup in the pitch. And she did not go. That'll be ball 4. The whole crowd lets out a big whew.
For the 6th straight inning, Husson has had someone start out on first or more at this point. But now they have 2 on, and they're looking to try and pile more home to gain a comfortable lead.
So Lydia Rice, who's popped up a few times today, see if she can kind of get on top of one a little bit. Now, a pass ball will have 2 runners in scoring position. See if Lydia Rice can kind of do what she's been doing all year and get them in.
If you're Husson, you want to build as much of a lead as possible. You want to make this ending comfortable. If you're the Terriers, you want to figure out how to walk away unscathed.
When she looks at the fastball for strike 1.
She shied away a little bit from keeping it on the right down the middle, but Smith that one, trying to get a gauge.
That'll be outside 2-1. Huge at bat here. See if they can keep it to 1 run. Here's the windup. 2-1 pitch. And that hits Rice on the shoulder. She wears it and takes her run to first, and it'll be bases loaded for number 10, Jetta Shook. She takes a deep breath.
If you're Husson, First time you've had 3 on with no outs. You need to make a conversion on this. I would not be surprised if you say Shook try and lay one down on the ground.
I bet first inning 2 runners on, second inning 2 runners on, bases loaded.
Jetta Shook takes a deep breath. All 4 infielders are in. See if they can get a force out and try to get out of this inning with no runs given up. Husson looking to blow it open a little bit right here. That dugout has gone quiet on the Terrier side. And a little curveball in there for strike 1.
For the Terriers, this is where you need to show support. You got to stay strong. Winners don't always have an easy path. It's almost like the saying, smooth seas never made a skilled sailor.
Any bag is a force out, so you just got to get a little ground ball. Ground ball, try to get a double play, at least get 1 force out. Keep this game at bay.
Hey, the crowd on both sides. This game's getting closer to the end, being a little more theatrical.
And that is grounded to the shortstop. Goes home, and it is dropped by the catcher, and that'll be an RBI for Jetta Shook. As number 11, Sophia Lynch, committed to the run and got in. That is now a 5-3 ball game for the Eagles.
Last 2 runs for the Eagles have been through errors, and it's something the Terriers need to think of in the back of their mind. Don't let it haunt them, but they cannot afford that when they have no outs.
That is in there for strike 1 to Ali Cassavant, who's been, like I said earlier, a menace at the plate today. Got to make that play, though. I mean, tough play from the shortstop. They got the ground ball they wanted. Try to get the force out of home. That is hit to right field. Can they make the play? And the tag is there, though. And they will score another run. Tanner comes in. Cassavant with an RBI. And the score is now 6-3.
Yes, Husson gets a run in, but I'm sure it's a big breath of fresh air. If you drop that out there, those are 3 runners coming right in. Husson really starting to open the floodgates now.
Bunt is shown, runner goes. Jetta Shook will touch second now with 2 runners on the pond. Braylon Wilcox in a big spot with with only, should be 2 outs, right? Misses the bunt attempt. Just 1 out. Runners on second and third. And a swung on and missed by number 21, Braylon Wilcox. 2 strikes. Can Smith get through this one?
Smith's up in the count now. So she can kind of tinker around with it if she wants to try and paint something outside.
And that is fouled straight back. Tough play there, but the catcher can't make it. Good fight there for Braylon Wilcox.
Lindahl able to ditch the helmet quick, but couldn't quite get there in time.
One-two pitch here by to Wilcox. That is fouled off the right baseline foul. Good battle here. Smith trying to get out of here. Give her girls a chance. Tom's Terriers got to be confident. They've got base runners today. Get out of this inning. Only a 3-run game. It's not over. Oh, that just misses.
One swing of the bat can change the game. Turns at both sides. If you're the Eagles, you pour in 2 more here, then hopes are starting to get crushed a little bit. But if you're the Terriers, can walk in 3 down. Still plenty of game time left.
And that is grounded back to the pitcher, to the second baseman now. And that'll be out number 2, but that is another RBI. It is now 7-3.
Rice able to get that heads-up play. She gets in, and Husson at one point having 3 people on, only have 1, and they're going to keep swinging. They're going to keep trying to add more to this lead.
A little small ball earlier in the game kind of got Husson going. Now it's blown it open to a 4-run ball game. With a person on third, Brooke Smith's got to get out of this. Willie Snow fights it off.
And this shows too the seasoned veteran of Boyce when she was up. Yes, running through a lot of pitches, but really putting a little mental toll on the Eagles. But this inning, Smith's just been struggling to try and contain them.
And the changeup's in there for strike 2. And Snow shows the bunt again with 2 strikes. And that is in there for a little curveball for strike 3.
That's got to feel good for the Terriers. Yes, 3 runs in, but able to take a breath.
That hurts though for the Terriers. Only giving up 1 hit, but 3 runs. Now it's up to 7-3, going to the bottom of the 6th. Getting down to the last few outs. You got 6 outs remaining. You got to make a statement in this inning.
A lot of time left. And yes, it does seem like Lang is untouchable, but they've proven at the beginning of this game, sometimes even the sharpest diamonds, and sometimes cracking. Thomas really going to be banking on that. If you're the Eagles, you keep the same exact game plan. Quick, fast, deliver. If you're Thomas, you have to figure out a way how to slow this game down.
Oberholzer, who does have a home run in this game. Let's see if she can start the Terriers off on a good note. Bottom half of the 6th.
Strong power, just slightly underneath.
Has fouled straight back. Quick 0-2 for Lang, as she has really found her rhythm the last few innings.
Showed some frustration early, but ended up kind of reeling it back in.
That is grounded to Lydia Rice. Quick, good play for out number 1.
Hit it just far enough, too. Just couldn't quite get there in time. Great play right there.
Dave Hickok, the junior, comes up once again. Again, good power from this middle of the lineup from the Terriers. Lana Lang kind of done a pretty good job at keeping them at tone besides that 1 home run given up. It's fouled off for strike 1.
Can't tell or not. Looked like Hickok hit that slightly off the wristband. If she did, not really showing any reaction from it.
It's fouled off once again. Off the netting.
See if Lang goes upstairs to get her to chase on that third, trying to avoid this power part of the lineup.
That's what gets you. She feels fine now, but she won't feel fine after this. And have to do it all over again tomorrow.
Terriers really got to get going. Try to get some base runners. Long at bats. And that is strike 3.
Something we haven't seen for a while. Just now seeing it. I think it's Lang's first time showing a smile out here.
It has been a while today. Lana Lang, who usually keeps pretty calm, cool, and collected, did show some frustration early, maybe because of her ankle from yesterday, but she has found her rhythm, has been as scary as ever today.
Thomas chasing those low cuts. Need to make Lang pitch to them. They don't need to fall into her trap. Her ERA speaks for itself in terms of that.
Toner up once again. Lang's up to 9 strikeouts on the day, so almost to her average. Only 2 hits given up. All 3 earned, but pretty great battle from her. Toner says, no, I did not go.
Great hold on that. She almost let go of it.
It was.
She pulled it back, and it's always been something impressive to me.
And that is strike 2 to even up the count 2-2.
Husson being the away team.
That is ripped down the left field line, but foul. That one was on the hands.
They will get a chance to try and add to this lead. It looks like Lang's probably going to end up pitching the entire game.
Definitely could see it. And she's at 91 pitches, I think I just read. That is hit hard to left field. Tracking and caught. Good play by the left fielder. That is 3 down by Anna Lang.
Snow getting her first action of the night defensively.
Willie Snow made a good play. Kind of held up in the wind a little bit, it seemed like, but we are going to the top of the 7th inning, which is weird because we are at Husson, but Husson will be up to lead this top of the 7th.
Everybody gets a home game in these couple of days stretch.
Brooke Smith takes her way back out to the circle. Eagles had no issue with coming from the left side. Brooke Smith was throwing strikes, but adapted pretty well, pretty quickly, which they've done all season long. That's why they've been so tough to beat.
If you're the Terriers, you cannot give up a run in this inning if you want to try and keep your hopes alive. Right now, 4-point game. You end up making it 5, 6. You start to get into uncharted waters.
And the Terriers got to come out in the bottom of the half with a few hits because, I mean, they've only had 2 hits, and I don't think they've had a hit in 5 innings. Anna Lang really found her groove, and
Leading off the Eagles in the top of the 7th, the third baseman, number 23, Morgan Curtis.
Morgan Curtis up once again. It is crazy how fast this game's moved along. Is in there
It's
for
a pretty
ball 1.
young team.
For sure. And that is in there for strike 1 to Curtis. 7-3 ball game. It was, like you mentioned, kind of uncharted waters for the Eagles this year. Down to a NAC team, down 3-1 early. But they stayed composed, kept battling.
Credit to them. Pretty easy when you're on the high horse and you're not used to that position, starting to show frustration. They stick to their guns and kept to their roots, and they were able to fight their way back, and now they're up 4.
And that is fouled on the hands towards the Thomas dugout for strike 2.
There's a few practice swings outside the box, and
Smith already had 38 pitches. Feels like she just went in. Just these Husson hitters are so annoying almost. I think is the word for teams probably. They just don't stop battling.
They are relentless. To them, the ball is honey, and they are the bees, and they want as much as they can get.
I mean, the amount of hard-hit foul balls, even for both teams today, actually, down the left field line, but Husson has had so many hard-hit balls down that left field line.
There have been a lot of chops out there.
Wind up in the 2-2 pitch. And that is going to get down for a base hit from Morgan Curtis. Really good piece of hitting there on the changeup.
Curtis right there, squaring right up to it. Had to lower her stance a little bit. It's right in the gap, right in that center field. And Husson, once again, they have not gone an inning where they haven't had the leadoff batter on first.
Cameron King doesn't have a hit today, but does have a walk and has been on base almost every time. You know, when she's on base, she's running. It's just outside for ball one. No signal from Coach Roberts. Doesn't look like Curtis is going to run. And that is also ripped, and that'll get down for a base hit. We're going to have first and second. There is her first hit of the game, Cameron King, who shrugs her shoulders and said, I'll take that.
Curtis showing some wheels right there. It's only about 5-10 feet off the bag, and the second that ball was ready to drop, she put it up into sixth gear.
Now we got first and second with no outs. Sophie Lynch, who has 2 hits already today, really had a good game. And shows bunt, does not go. That is in there for strike one. And that is bunt down the first baseline. It'll get the out, but runners do go up to second and third with you-know-who coming up, who has that big double earlier in the game, Morgan Tanner.
I mean, 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. A great spot for Husson to be looking at themselves in.
2 walks today and a big double, so 2 runners on. See if she can get one into play, or if Brooke Smith can avoid that. Got to give Brooke Smith credit. Like I said, hasn't had many games pitching this year and has done a very solid job, in my opinion, today. And at least coming in a tough spot and battling.
It's not a fun place to be put in either. Hey, we're only up by 1 against the Eagles. We're going to throw you in, and good luck. It's almost like fighting fire with fire, and all it's going to do is turn things warmer.
There's the 2-0 count. And that is popped up to center. Could score a run. Curtis is running. Here's the throw in. Great throw. And she is out at home. What a great play by the center fielder.
Great play right there by Ferrone. Graduate student being able to throw in a dot all the way from center. If you're the Terriers, what looked kind of grim now ends up being a scoreless inning.
Whitten, Jarvis, and Ferrone coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. See what they can do. Down 4 runs. Anna Lang takes the mound again to see if she can complete this game. Only 2 early hits after that has been pretty steady.
She's definitely one of the more premier players in this conference. Fairly clutch player, but we'll see if she's able to finish it off or if Thomas can spot a few holes in that tight weave knitting.
We know she's probably going to work pretty quickly to get out of here pretty quickly. Go ice that ankle.
I know we've mentioned it time and time again, but she's going to waste no time. If I'm Thomas, I'm taking multiple times every time, taking my breath between pitches. No reason to rush through it.
Try to get her out of the rhythm as much as they can. And that is ripped to center field for a base hit. Exactly the start the Terriers need. Jenny Whitten with a base hit and almost gets thrown out on her rounding first. Dives back.
It looked like she slipped on the green part of first base, and she ended up, luckily for the Terriers' sake, kind of did a little star figure backwards and kept herself intact. But for the Terriers, you got one on. This is the start of what you need. Slow and steady. It doesn't need to be home runs every time.
And number 3 is coming in to run.
Succeed.
Corinne Vasaveri comes in to run. She does have 2 stolen bases on the year. I hope that's not because of an injury. And the slap swing attempt by Jarvis is a strike. Eagles in pretty far. That is strike 2. Anna Lang gets ahead quickly.
Let's see the speed pitches with right in the zone. Just make it so the batters aren't able to catch up.
And that is slap foul to stay alive.
Jarvis, a little bit of a late swing. Great contact.
And there's strike 3. Anna Lang with a fist pump. 1 out now. Abby Ferrone, who has made some good plays in the field today. And that is fouled back towards the Husson dugout for strike 1. Anna Lang pitch count up to 99 pitches. This next pitch will hit the 100 mark.
They'll definitely keep her the full length.
And that is heads up. That is fouled right back into the stands.
These foul balls.
Mr. Pergolizzi is on it.
Hunting.
Quick 0-2. And that is Morgan Tanner makes the play for the second out. And the Terriers are down to their last out.
Started off pretty strong for the Terriers. Now starting to look a little glum.
Leah Knight up once again. Needing base runners.
Just got out of Lang's grass once it went up. See the little oh no gesture afterwards.
And that is fouled off. Watch out.
Federico having to walk a tightrope over there on the on deck circle.
She did. Doesn't look like Plord is gonna threaten to run. Only has 1 out remaining. Unless she really wants to see if she can get something going. I don't think she's gonna run her.
See his defense. The second that Lang pitches, they collapse into the bag pretty quickly.
And that is swung on and missed for strike 2 on a Lang. Knight back down to her final strike. So the windup and the payoff pitch. That is high to full account.
No need to make them chase. You get 2 strikes. You got a pretty good cushion in terms of a lead. Just play your game. Pitch inside the zone.
And that is fouled. First base side, almost a diving play. Heck of an effort from Jetta Shook. Good fight here by Knight. Running on anything now. And that is strike 3. Anna Lang ends kind of what she's been doing all season with a strikeout. And the Husson Eagles will move on to the next game with a win of 7-3. The Terriers with a great fight early. Couldn't withstand the Anna Lang firepower in that circle.
The Terriers had strong momentum to start. Husson just resilient. They were able to kind of steal that away, and once they started going, they didn't stop.
Alex and I will see you guys soon for the next game, as we have, should be Delhi and Cobleskill, two of the New York teams facing off each other here at Husson University. Alex, thank you. I will see you soon.
See you soon.